because I respect your time and my time in the editing process, I'm just going to get straight to the point. Firstly, we're going to be talking about what manifestation actually is, aside from just being a buzzword that everybody throws about so casually, the science behind it, and not just like the spirituality. I say science, take that loosely, because I'm not a science girly, but I like things to be backed by science, if you know what I mean. Secondly, we're going to identify the root cause that is blocking our manifestations from coming into our life. Then we're going to go straight into how to slide tackle limiting beliefs. And then we're going to round it all together and talk about how we can implement all of those stages, put it all in motion to manifest our desires.
Like he's no item. Please don't like him. He don't wife him. He want nights.
I'm going to share with you some information that completely changed my mindset and how I thought about manifestation. It always kind of made sense to me. Like, I read the books, I obviously read The Secret. I feel like everyone's read The Secret, and it like made sense to me. And I was thinking, yeah, I feel that, I feel it, but it just doesn't make sense. It felt all very woo-woo, and it didn't click with my subconscious mind. Like, it didn't connect with it. So I was always kind of resistant to this concept of manifestation, and I used to think that people who spoke about it were just kind of throwing that word about when there was actually other things that went into it. I've recently come across a podcast called To Be Magnetic, or no, it's called Expanded by To Be Magnetic, and I got introduced to them by the Glow Up Secrets, Alicia Gogan, and she was talking about them in a lot of her videos, so I checked them out, and I've really learned a lot about manifestation, and I've learned the deeper meaning to it, and I've finally found an explanation that makes sense with me and it clicks with me. Basically, the common misconception with manifestation is that we manifest from our conscious minds. So we get told that we have to think positive, that we have to say affirmations and create vision boards and all that kind of thing, and we have to basically will something into existence. We can just speak it and it will come in. But I know for a lot of people it doesn't work that way. It's not that simple, and it makes people very resistant to manifestation as a whole. The whole science and process of it, people just back away from it because they think it's just a load of spiritual people online being woo-woo and throwing these words about and trying to explain how to get things, but from a place that you really can't relate to it, so you just think that it's a load of rubbish. And I feel like even talking about manifestation, you're like instantly opening yourself up to backlash, because if people haven't felt it, or if people haven't experienced it or know truly what it is, people are very resistant to it, and people find great offense and get triggered by manifestation because they just associate it with people online who have already achieved everything, sitting there on their pedestal and saying like, you need to do this, this and this, but you know that there was other components that helped them to get that life. You might be very cynical about it. So if we break it down, you've got your conscious mind. Your conscious mind is where you make all of your logical decisions. It's where the logic resides. It's the part of our mind that knows how to take action to reach a goal that we want to reach. For example, the conscious mind knows that if we want to lose weight, that is as simple as us being in a calorie deficit and exercising. That is the facts of it, and that is how simple and easy it is, except it's not that simple and easy because the conscious mind isn't the primary mind that we think out of. Bear with me. Then you've got your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is where we are operating from 95% of the time. This is where all of our automatic responses and reactions come into play. So say for example, when you jump in your car and you drive to a destination that you've driven to so many times before, that is an automatic response. That is something that you don't even think about doing. You just know how to do it and you just do it. This is where all of our habits come from, because if we have formed a habit, that is in our subconscious mind. It's automatic. If it is a full-blown habit, then that is not something that we think about. We don't consciously think about that because our body just does it automatically. Now, our subconscious mind can trick us into believing that we are stuck in a place in the past that taught us that something was a certain way. If we were programmed as children to believe that we can't achieve anything or we can't go very far in life without working really, really hard, that is going to be our subconscious programming. That is where we are operating from. And for a lot of us, we have a pretty traumatized subconscious mind. We have beliefs that don't fit with us and they don't make sense with us, and they clash so much with our conscious mind. So then that leads to us being in such a place of inner conflict because we're not agreeing with things. One side of our brain is telling us it's so easy to lose weight, you've just got to be in a calorie deficit, but then the other side of our brain needs emotional eating to get by, and it cannot agree with with the conscious brain or the conscious mind. Now, the subconscious mind is not to be demonized because it is what we need to survive, essentially. If we was having to think about every single action that we were going to take in a day, we would get nothing done. If we had to think so intensely about small tasks such as brushing our teeth or making our bed, we would be so exhausted and we wouldn't be able to get anything done. So we can really utilize our subconscious brain, or mind even, and we can use it to our advantage with something called neuroplasticity. I can never say it. Neuroplasticity. This is basically where we're reprogramming our subconscious minds to believe new things and to form new habits and new belief systems which are more in alignment with our conscious mind. Our subconscious mind is where we manifest from. It's not the conscious mind. And for me, this was groundbreaking because I always thought that it was the conscious mind, and I always thought that I had to think really positively and things would just come into my life. I remember I didn't dare say I can't wait, and even now I still catch myself like not wanting to say I can't wait, because I saw on Twitter someone said that you shouldn't say I can't wait because then that shows the universe that you're desperate because you can't wait. So I would stop saying I can't wait, and while I guess there's like an element of truth to that, I guess it does give the universe like a vibe that you're desperate for something. I don't think that is helpful in the grand scheme of manifesting things. But basically, to manifest something, you need to be at a place where you feel like you can smoothly take aligned action. There's no resistance there. You're just taking this action and it feels good, it feels right, and it feels like something that you want to do. You're not going to be able to do this if your subconscious mind and your conscious mind are at war with each other and they don't agree with each other. The more that you get aware of your subconscious mind and how it is kind of running the show and it's allowing you to fall into these patterns and loops that don't serve you anymore, the more you will be able to put the focus into creating new pathways for yourself and creating new ways of thinking that will lead you to be aligned with your conscious mind, which then leads you to make aligned action from there. Something I want you to think about is, why do you have resistance to taking the aligned action that you need to take? That is something that you really need to investigate and dig deeper on, because the reason that you might not be able to stick to a diet is because you're so used to finding comfort and safety in food and in emotionally eating, because that is something that you've done quite a lot and you formed this neural pathway in your brain and that's habitual to you now. But once you know that you can use neuroplasticity to reprogram and rewire your brain and essentially reparent yourself, it gives you the power back. It allows you to feel like you can actually take action in making both minds aligned with each other. You'll probably find if you are trying to manifest from your conscious mind and you're trying to tell yourself positive affirmations in the morning and you're trying to tell yourself, yes, I will be a millionaire, I am rich, I am this, that and the other, you're going to find that it's not really getting you very far because you're not taking the aligned action that you need to take. If your subconscious mind and your conscious mind were in harmony with each other, it wouldn't feel so forced to take the action that you need to take to reach your goals. It wouldn't feel like you need to give brute force into taking the action. It would just feel effortless and easy. So I think that's like the misconception, because people talk about manifestation and they think that it's like this magic miracle working thing, and when you've experienced it, it can feel like that, because it's like, oh my god, it's amazing, like I can't explain the feeling. It does feel like that when you've experienced it, which is why I think a lot of people talk about it in that kind of way. But if you're going to reverse engineer that and look back into what actually went into manifesting that, it is a lot of work in your mindset and how you view things and how your subconscious mind operates. Yes, you can definitely manifest from your conscious mind, you can definitely do that, but I would say that's more so hard work. And like I say, it's like using that brute force to get what you want instead of just flowing with it. A lot of the time, if we've not tackled the issues going on in our subconscious mind and the reasons why we are facing all this resistance to taking aligned action and doing the things that we need to do to get to where we want to be, is because there's something deeper going on. There's something below the surface that is going on that is stopping you from taking this action. If you've got so many limiting beliefs about what you want to do, you're not gonna go for it. You're not gonna go for it because you don't believe it's possible. possible. You can tell yourself that you believe it's possible, but do you really believe it's possible? The thing with reprogramming your brain is that you have to do it consistently. You have to every day make the choice to take different actions and to change the way that you operate in order to change your mindset and your brain. If you wake up and you just get out of bed, throw your covers and your cushions everywhere, and then just get ready for work and then get on with your day without even putting any thought into making your bed or anything like that, maybe you could try to actually get up, make your bed, get ready for the day, have a quick 10-minute tidy round of your bedroom or your house, and then go on with your day. Little actions like that really do help to just show yourself that you can reprogram your brain in tiny little ways, in habitual ways. Right, so the root cause that is blocking our manifestation, let's talk about it. The root cause that is probably blocking all your manifestations from coming in is lack of self-esteem and limiting beliefs. Like, the two of them together is a recipe for disaster. If you've got a lack of self-esteem and then you've also got limiting beliefs which have been put in your brain by other people and then reinforced by yourself going over and over and over it, you're not going to go for what you want to go for because you've got low self-esteem to begin with. So you're going to listen to what other people have told you or what you tell yourself all the time, and you're not going to have that faith in yourself that you can actually achieve what you want to achieve. Self-esteem and mindset are like the most important things when it comes to manifesting, because if you're going to manifest anything, you have to not care what other people think. You have to have an unwavering faith that even if you're not seeing results in what you're doing right now, that thing will come into your life. You have to keep persevering even when it's hard and even when you're not seeing results. But if you've got no self-esteem, you're not going to do that because you're going to listen to all these things that people are telling you. You're going to take it on board when someone says, maybe you should play a little bit smaller. Maybe you shouldn't aim that high, because they've not personally seen anyone achieve that. So they're projecting onto you their limiting beliefs, and then you believe them because it'll often be maybe a person who you think has authority. If it's a parent or if it's a teacher or someone like that, you're probably going to believe them because society has told us that we have to listen to our elders and we have to listen to people in authority. But the reality is that people don't know what is best for you. Only you know what is best for you. So you have to have that self-esteem. You have to have that unwavering faith that you are going to achieve what you want to achieve. I'm going to give you some ways that you can build your self-esteem. I think this does require like a full video to go into detail, which I will do, but I'm going to give you a taster now. So the first thing you can do is to build integrity. You need to strengthen your trust muscle within yourself of your ability to actually do things. So if you start off small and if you just say to yourself, I'm going to drink 1 liter of water every day, because a lot of the time people say, oh, drink 2 liters of water every day because you need to drink that. But if you're not drinking water at all and then you go to drinking 2 liters of water, you're not going to sustain that because it's hard work. If you tell yourself that you're going to drink 1 liter of water, if you make small promises to yourself and you keep them, that's building your integrity. So if you continue to do that in the small ways, then you can gradually build that up and make bigger promises to yourself. That is key. As soon as you start doing that, and as soon as you show yourself that you can actually stick to your promises and not let yourself down constantly, you're going to gain so much self-esteem and so much confidence in yourself that you'll feel confident to then try and manifest bigger things in your life. Number 2, be delusional. Tell yourself affirmations every morning, even if you don't believe them. I know I said about manifestation and stuff not being from a conscious place, it's more from a subconscious place, but you've got to be delusional and you've got to kind of overwrite what other people are saying. You have to make your beliefs stronger than what other people are saying. So if you need to be delusional, you be delusional, because guaranteed, if you've got big dreams like myself, oh my goodness, I'm sorry about the circles, but if you have big dreams like myself, you will have people in your life who are telling you that you can't do it because they've never seen it. They've never had that expansion before. They've never known it to be possible. And more than likely, they care about you and they want you to be safe, or what they deem to be safe based on their experience. So following on from what I just said, you have to just not give a shit about what people have to say about what you want to achieve. Because if you do, you're literally gonna get nowhere, and then you're gonna be resentful because you feel like you've been held back by other people, but it's not actually them who is holding you back. Unless they are literally restraining you and forcing you to not go for your dreams, they're not holding you back. It's your own mind, and you have control of your own mind. So people can tell you, you can't do this, you can't do that. But if it is something that you desire, then you're meant to go for it. If you don't go for it, you're gonna live a whole life with regrets. And I think I said it in my previous video, you need to be more scared of not achieving your goals and not going for what you want to go for in life, because you're just going to be full of regret. So yes, delusion is key. The next way you can boost your self-esteem is to get out of your comfort zone. Do things that are absolutely terrifying to you. And I'm not saying go jump out of a plane or whatever. Do something productive that you know you need to do, but you're probably a little bit scared to do it. And it can be as small as calling the doctors and making that appointment that you've been needing to make for so long, or calling the dentist. Or it can be something that is going to propel you towards your dreams and your goals. So if you want to start a YouTube channel, that would be starting the YouTube channel. Nothing ever grows from a comfort zone, and I think the more that you get out of your comfort zone, it goes back to the last point, the more trust that you're going to have in yourself to actually follow through on what you say that you're going to do. My example of this is something completely unrelated really to what I want to do in life, but my big thing that I did that was really out of my comfort zone was getting a second job. So I have my main job, and then I have a second job, and then I count this as a job as well, so I essentially have 3 jobs. The second job is working at a restaurant, and I never had any kind of experience in the hospitality industry. None of that. I was absolutely petrified of working in a restaurant and serving food and drinks and things like that. It was absolutely terrifying to me, and in the beginning it was so hard. I used to dread it. I used to cry. I literally used to cry before work because I really didn't want to go, but I knew that I was doing it for a reason, so I stuck with it. And I am so glad that I stuck with it, because I have learned so much from that job just about myself, which you would never expect just from working in a restaurant. You wouldn't think that you're going to learn so much about yourself. You'd think that you're maybe going to learn about how to make drinks and how to serve food, but you never think that it's going to make that much of a shift within. I have become so much more confident. I'm so much better with speaking to people. I was before, like I've always worked in a job where I need to deal with clients and customers, but I feel like I got even better, and it's got to the point now where I don't dread it. Like I actually really enjoy going to work, and I enjoy making more money. I find it so empowering. So that's a good suggestion. If you want to boost your self-esteem, do something that'll temporarily maybe just hinder it a little bit, maybe hinder your ego, but the more confident you get at doing different things that you wouldn't ever usually put yourself in a position to do, the more confidence you're going to have in anything else. Because now I know that I can work in that restaurant. I have this unwavering confidence that I can literally do anything. It sounds ridiculous, but it's true. Now let's talk about limiting beliefs. Limiting beliefs are awful. They are literally the worst thing. They are the most detrimental thing to your self-esteem and your confidence and your ability to think that you can do something. And we have brushed upon limiting beliefs, but in this section, I'm going to tell you how to counteract them. So the first step with limiting beliefs is to understand that they exist and have an awareness of them. As soon as you're aware of something, that is the first step in changing it. And the more you become aware of your limiting beliefs, the more you actually can kind of understand that they're not coming from you, they're not inherently you, they are not in line with your higher self, and that helps you detach from them. If you've been to university or college, or in fact any kind of school education, you are told to think critically about things. So I like to take that same approach with my limiting beliefs, because I would be critical about pieces of work that I was evaluating and reading and writing essays on, but I would not think twice when my limiting beliefs would come up and tell me that I can't do something that I really want to do. I would just accept them as gospel truth, and that is not the case. I would literally be critical of actual academics, people who have wrote a full-blown essay, and I would find ways to be critical of that and counter-argue what they were saying, but I wasn't being critical of my limiting beliefs. So that is one major way of overcoming them. Be critical. Ask yourself, why am I thinking this? Where did this come from? Who did it come from? Because it probably isn't even from you. It is probably from other people projecting onto you. Just get clear about where they have come from, why you are thinking this way, and get really deep, really journal about it and explore the reasons why this thought might have come up. Something that's very important to note is that you need to see your limiting beliefs as something that is separate from you. You cannot be affiliated with your limiting beliefs because they're just going to drag you down. They are going to weigh you down and they're going to just stop you from doing anything that you want to do. Your faith will be non-existent when you have limiting beliefs. Like, you're not going to have any faith in anything that you want to do because you're going to have that voice telling you that you can't do it. And most of the time that is not true. If you have a desire, you have that desire for a reason, and you're doing yourself a disservice if you don't go for that desire and if you listen to the limiting beliefs rather than listening to your higher self and what you really know to be true. And it really is that simple with limiting beliefs. I think it's just that consistent practice of every time that limiting beliefs come up, just questioning them, going through that process that I've just talked through and really questioning your limiting beliefs, where they came from, why you have them, and understanding that they are not you. Then you're going to have to strengthen the beliefs that you actually want to believe in. You're going to have to write down every single day what new beliefs that you want to put in place of those old limiting ones that don't serve you anymore. So write down every single day the new belief system that you want to have in place. So it could be switching from I can't do this because I don't have the education or the qualifications for this to I can do this. I might need to learn more about it and I might need to do research in that area and put myself out there, but I can do it. Something along those lines. Or as simple as I can't do it to I can do it. I'm not capable. I am capable. And you have to write them down and you have to repeat them every day and you have to make that your new reality. This also goes back to the whole neuroplasticity thing and rewiring your brain. It's a daily effort and you're going to have to show up every single day. If you are committed to reaching your goals, you're going to have to show up every single day and tackle these limiting beliefs. Make a note of when they come up. Write it in your diary. Like if you've got an actual planner of a week or a month to view, write it down. Write when limiting beliefs come up. And a lot of the time, I find for me as a woman, I have a monthly cycle where my hormones fluctuate and my mood can change so quickly in the month. One day I'll be absolutely fine and then the next day I'll be feeling so low and deflated. And I've noticed that my limiting beliefs come up just before my period, so in my luteal phase. I doubt myself so much. Even after all this work, like it still comes up for me. I doubt myself a lot. And I've noticed that it's in those phases that I do that. This really takes away the power of the limiting beliefs even more, because when you actually notice that it's nothing to do with you, like your mind, it's to do with your hormones and your body, which is something that you can't control. Once you understand that, you can appreciate the fact that these thoughts are just coming up because of what's happening in your body. It's not anything to do with the work that you've done recently being rubbish and invalid. It is literally just you going through a certain time of the month. So take inventory of your limiting beliefs, question them, see what appears the most, what is the main theme of your limiting beliefs. You can then go into the deeper work. You can do the inner child healing and the shadow work. There's always so much more that I feel like I can say in these videos, but I want this video to be short. So if you want me to go more into detail on limiting beliefs, then I will. So you now know that you manifest from your subconscious mind and not your conscious mind, which means that if you want to manifest things easily into your life, you're going to have to do the inner work, the shadow work, the inner child healing. I feel like these are very unavoidable steps. You really do need to do these things in order to attract things effortlessly and become magnetic to what you want to manifest. Then you're going to have to work on your self-esteem and your confidence and your self-concept, because if you've not got a strong foundation, you're going to be susceptible to people telling you that you can't do something. And if you want to achieve something in life, you just have to not listen to other people. You have to be strong in yourself and know what you want and know that you're going to get it. And if you've got no one in your life who can tell you that and encourage you, this is what this channel is all about. I am here to empower you and to tell you that you can do it, because if you have a desire for something and you want to do something, you have that desire for a reason and you've got to go for it. You can't not go for it, because otherwise you are going to live a life of regret. which we don't want. We don't want to regret life. We want to enjoy our life. We want to know that we did everything that we possibly could to get to where we want to be. So you've got to build up that self-esteem, and we can do it. You've got to question your limiting beliefs and be critical of them. Don't just take them as gospel truth. Listen to them, hear what they have to say, but then know that you don't have to accept that as your truth, because that's not your truth. They are not your beliefs. They are not what you came onto this earth believing. They are just a collection of other people's opinions, other people's projections, and what they think based on their personal experiences. So you've got to just take them for what they are, which is not yours. They do not belong to you. They're just passing by, trying to see if they can maybe infiltrate your mindset and try to stop you from doing what you want to do. And then after all of this, once you've done all of those steps, you are going to find that things just flow so much easier. When you are unblocked, as they talk about in the expanded podcast, things just flow so much easier, and you are going to naturally take the action that you need to take in order to reach your goals, and it's going to feel easy. That is definitely the misconception with manifestation that I see online. People just saying, oh well, it's easy, like if you manifest, if you will things into existence, then it's just going to come and it's going to be easy. And then obviously that doesn't happen for a lot of people, because that is literally the very surface of it, and then people don't believe in it. People think it's a load of rubbish, but it's not. It is literally not. And I want you to all experience manifestation and manifesting the things that you want to manifest in your life. It is possible for you. It's possible for anyone, as long as you put the work in, as long as you do what needs to be done. I'm going to leave this one here. I wanted this to be a little bit shorter, but I'm not too sure if it has been. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys so much. Let me know if you've struggled with limiting beliefs in the past or now. I know that it's a very common thing. I know that a lot of people do struggle with limiting beliefs, and it's annoying, but we can get through it. Limiting beliefs do not belong to us. We are not our limiting beliefs. I just really wanted to reiterate that. You can do anything that you put your mind to, and I really want to affirm that and let you know, if you don't know already, because I know not everyone has people cheering them on. Like for example, I've not told anybody that I know about this, because I just want to do it. I want to see what happens with it, and I don't want anyone else's opinions and limiting beliefs infiltrating what I'm trying to do here, because I just know for a fact that people won't understand. People won't understand until they see results. So it is what it is, and that is how life is sometimes. It's rubbish, because we should all be able to cheer each other on, but not everybody is on the same journey and the same path, but that's completely fine. Anyway, I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video.
I got my Gotcha 97 on right now. You gotta puff a J to this one. Can't roll a blunt up to this one, boy.